Let's go to the currency markets in more detail with Matt Simpson, Senior Markets Analyst at Think Forex. He's in Melbourne this morning. So, do we think, Matt, that actually we can hold those gains above 94?
Good morning, Brooke. I think we're going to be holding above there, but it's not going to be going up as quickly as we've seen recently. Just yesterday, we had some fantastic data come out from China for the PMI. And to be honest, it's probably going to be the better moves we see this week. We're lacking any domestic data from Australia. And we've got red news coming out from the US, but it's not going to be a bigger impact, in my guess. So I do think there's a lot more going for the Australian dollar still. There's still near-term bullish momentum for that. So I'm targeting 95. I really thought we'd have got to 94.5 earlier last week. We didn't quite get there, unfortunately, but we are still on track. And if we look at what happened last Wednesday, just looking at the chart, there was a really good strong rejection at the 932 area, so there's definitely good buying down there. And when you look at the daily chart, it is creating higher highs and higher lows, the definition of a trend, so I don't see any threat to that immediately going forward.
What else do you notice in terms of some of the trends overnight? I know you've been looking at the pound, for example. That's been around 5-year highs.
Yes, it's looking a little bit tired up there, and we've seen a lot of buying on the back of Carney saying that interest rates will be rising sooner than later. And we're just hesitating between the 2009 highs now as well. We're waiting for stuff to come out from pound this week as well. We've got inflation report hearings tonight, and on Thursday we've got the speech from Carney himself. Now, my suspicion is, just looking at the charts, it is we're due a pullback. And I suspect that how we're going to get there is they're not going to be quite as hawkish as the market wants. So we could be selling off back down to 1685 area. But we've got good technical support down there as well. When you look at the COTS positioning on large professional traders, it's one of the only G7 currencies that's not only is it still positively net long, but you've got increasing open interest as well, which in low volatile markets is a good sign if you like trends. So I'm still bullish on the medium to longer term on cable.
Okay.
To new highs.
Sure. And the Canadian dollar, the other one you're watching?
Yes, Gates data on Friday came out there. It sank through 108. In fact, only last week I came on and said I was looking for bullish opportunities at above 108. And Friday's data, inflation data soon, saw that collapse pretty quickly. So I've now switched to a bearish opportunities on that. As long as we remain beneath 1.08, I think we come down to 1.065.
So you think it's a new trend?
Yeah, potentially. Well, it's depends which trend you're looking at. If I look at the weekly charts, we're still in a correction on a bullish trend. If you look at the daily charts, I think it's looking pretty southwards at the moment, and it's increasingly bearish momentum. So if you're looking at intraday opportunities on the daily time frame, there's more downside to come. But when we start getting to 1.065, I'll be looking for bullish opportunities again.
And so what are you seeing, just to sum it all up, I suppose, what are you seeing as the best trading opportunities through the course of this week?
Courses this week, I think really it's going to be, if you're looking at the data that's coming out, it's going to be the British pound, I think. Again, depends on what time frame you're going to be trading. But because I think we are due a pullback on there, and I don't think they're going to deliver, you could make a quick few bucks on the short side if we do break beneath 1.7. That level's going to be very, very closely watched as well. The Australian dollar, if you do want to be trading that, probably try not to outstay your welcome. Just remember the fact that there's not a lot driving it this week. It's all external data that will be driving it as well. And US dollar CAD, I mean, they're my three that I'm keeping an eye on for sure. If you're looking at pairs against the yen, they're a little bit more tricky at the moment. Last week I was looking at Kiwi yen. But the problem is they're just getting a little bit stagnant. In fact, I'm now beginning to wonder if Kiwi's going to be due a pullback as well. So for the yen pairs, intraday time frame trading only for me. But for the longer moves, definitely I'm waiting to buy cable when it goes lower to 1.065.
Great stuff. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thanks, Matt. Matt Simpson there from Think Forex. Well, the economic divide between